And the head coach of the Jets, Todd Bowles, joins us right now. Todd, it's Michael Kay, and today it's Ryan Ruocco as Don LaGreca has a week's vacation. Big smile on your face at the end of that game. How big a win was that, Todd?
It was big, It was the way we won that made it big, Like I told the team before, the games we were winning, we were already ahead in the fourth quarter, and you really don't have a team or define who you are until you get a come-from-behind win during the season, and that was our first one.
Well, yeah. What does it take, Coach, when it comes to the characteristic of a group to win a game like that? What element of character did you see that enabled you guys to come back?
I mean, we had fight and we had heart, but, belief in each other and playing together, which was we done a couple times this year but hadn't put it together at the end of the ball game. Like, we failed on the big stage against New England. We failed on the big stage against Buffalo. So to come out with another game and have another time to have a meaningful moment, those guys really stepped up and showed they matured a little bit.
At 2010, did you see any chins down on your sideline? Was there any depression? Did you feel down? Did you feel less than confident that you'd come back from 20 to 10?
No, not at all. We knew we were in the ball game. I mean, the defense was holding them pretty good, and the offense, we just needed a few breaks here and there, and everybody was upbeat.
What about the way Ryan Fitzpatrick handled the end of that game, Coach? I mean, I think for a lot of us, our initial assessment of him was, he can manage games. Can he take you down the field when you really need something? Maybe you didn't need to see that from him yesterday, but what did it say to you about him doing that in that spot?
Man, I trust Ryan. He's a good football player. You know what? He's calm. He plays within himself. And I think early in the year he was trying to win some games by himself, which doesn't always work out very well. But he played within the scheme. He spread the ball around. He managed the game, and he kept his poise, and the guys followed him.
Were you a little surprised, Todd, after that long drive by the Giants, that they went for it at 4th and 2 rather than kick the field goal?
No, I mean, you're in different situations. I understand what he was thinking. They could put the game away if they get that touchdown. But, we were fortunate enough to make a play, and we went from there.
Coach, we asked Brandon Marshall, he was on before with us, what's the most emotion he's seen you show this season? And he said it was, probably in the locker room after you guys lost to the Texans, and obviously you've bounced back with 2 big wins. How much different do you feel about this group? How much differently do you feel about this group today after these 2 wins versus where you guys were when you had lost the 4 out of 5 and had just lost to the Texans?
I actually feel the same way I felt about them then, now than I do then. We just had to grow up and mature. And you keep working and you get tested. In the NFL, you get tested every week. And it's a matter of how soon you learn your lesson or pass these tests that helps you become a better team. And it took us a minute. When we're playing good, everything's fine. But when we're not playing good, everything seemed to unravel. And yesterday when we weren't playing good, nothing unraveled. So that showed a little maturity or growth from early in the season. And that's what I was most proud about.
I always like to get into your head and see what you're really thinking. So as they're lining up for that game-tying field goal in overtime, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking if they make this, we got to get the ball and go down and score.
No nerves, no praying to some football god or God in general?
No, you just hope things work out for the best. I was ready to go back out on the field and see if we can get down the field and kick a field goal ourselves.
Did you think he was going to make it? Because the guy's been perfect, hadn't missed since last December.
He's been pretty good, He's been pretty good. I was just hoping we got enough rush to make him tilt it a little bit.
Coach, so often we hear coaches talk about, hey, you got to take it one game at a time. We just focus on our opponent this week. But how much, as you are legitimately in the thick of a playoff race, do you use that reality to keep your guys motivated and focused and to let them know the stakes of what's ahead of them down the stretch of this season?
I mean, it's a lot of football left. There's a bunch of guys that got the same record or a game or 2 behind or in front than what we have. And if you look down the road, you're going to get beat. And we got to keep task and keep at the task at hand. Our next game is Tennessee, and we got to play that way.
Big game for Bilal Powell, catching the ball out of the backfield. Was that part of the game plan or something that you guys adjusted to as you moved along?
It was part of the game plan, but we got to it quicker than we wanted to get to it. And, Bilal's a big part of what we do on offense, and he had the hot hand, so we went with him.
Brandon Marshall obviously has been a factor this entire season, Todd. The production that you've got from him, for a 5th-round pick, did you think you were going to get this productive a wide receiver when you guys made that deal?
I'll tell you what, between him getting a 5 and Fitzpatrick giving up like a 6, you'll take that all day long. I knew Brandon was a great player when I was in Miami. I thought he had a good year. I thought he was injured a little bit, but he came back and showed everybody he can still play. I'm proud of him.
Now, coaches will take wins, and obviously that's how you keep score, but you could not have been pleased with your special teams, especially in the first half, Coach.
Not giving up a punt return like that. I mean, we knew the guy was a good returner. We got to get him on the ground, and we got to find some ways to get him on the ground. We can't get blocked single coverage. We got to get the guy on the ground.
What's been a key element of the last 2 weeks, Coach, that you're going to need to duplicate if you're going to continue to be successful the rest of the year?
We just got to focus, and they got to play together and trust their teammates. If we trust our teammates right next to us, we'll be fine. You know, we just take it a game at a time. We keep focused and trust ourselves, we'll be okay.
Is Fitzpatrick better than you thought he was?
No, I thought he was good when we got him. I didn't know how good, but, you know, as you grow with the team and you see a guy grow with the team as we've seen him grow, you see the poise and the maturity and everything else come along, and, you know, he's matured at the right time. He was always a good quarterback. I think he tried to win a lot of games by himself over the years, and he's in a good place with his game. He's in a good place with his mind, and he's in a good place with the team.
Now, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, and I'm not sure if you saw it on the tape, but on 4th and 6, he kind of went head first again on the scramble.
Yeah, but he slid one time with his feet first, so he gets a slide and a half. So that's progress.
Where's Revis at?
He's still in protocol, but he's getting better. He's been attending meetings and everything, so hopefully we'll get a better read toward the end of the week.
All right, now you're going to face Mariota this weekend. What did you guys think of him as you were working him out during pre-draft?
No, we liked him working out. We thought he was a great quarterback. We knew he wouldn't be there when we picked, and he can make all the throws. He's very smart. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot, and he can move around.
Did you guys give any thought about trading up to get him?
No, we didn't.
Really? Not a little?
Maybe a little.
Chips Ahoy yesterday, or are you still trying to keep the weight off?
I'm trying to keep the weight off.
Oh, come on. That was a Chips Ahoy win.
It really was.
That was a full sleeve win.
That was a full sleeve win.
That was a full bag win.
Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck on Sunday. We'll talk to you next Monday.
Thanks.